Hello, 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 everybody. Oh, where did that accent come from?
I was gonna say.
Wow. Hello,
Oh.
everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm getting ready just to as soon as we get people on here, because there's always a delay. I don't know why there's a delay.
There always is.
Um, it's it's a glorious July 1st. I can't believe we're here and July 1st. I mean, where did this year go? It's
Yeah,
just
it's
crazy.
flying.
It's
It
crazy,
is.
crazy. So come on in, guys. Say hello, and we'll continue with a lovely posh British accent. And I'm here with my lovely friend Laura Wooster. See what I mean?
I can't quite place the accent, but we'll see.
I don't know where it's at either. Who knows? But it's all good. Go ahead and do the intro, Laura. While I
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Mystical Monday Musings with Elias, my friend Elias Patras on the West Coast, and I'm Laura Worcester on the East Coast. And we do this every week, although we've been off a couple weeks, but for different reasons. But we're back. We're back. So every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. No, yeah, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern.
That's awesome.
Talk
That's
about time
awesome.
traveling.
Hello,
Anyway,
Davey, and hello,
hi, TV.
Jean. And Davey, get a little bit more specific on that. But first, before we even get into messages, we're going to give you our intuitive message for the week, and then I would encourage you, and I'm sure Laura would encourage you as well, to get a little bit more specific on messages in love and relationship. What about that? Because the more general we are, the general the answer. That's why people are so stuck on that yes and no. Will
Yeah.
I find love? Yes. Oh, good. What does it do?
And this relation, really, everybody you have a connection with in life is a relationship. So let's get a little more specific
Yeah.
about what kind of relationship are we talking about here. Um,
Hello, Delora.
Happy July, Delora.
Yes, Delora and I are going to be set on coming to Methuen. We really want to come to Methuen,
Doing.
Methuen, as though we could just talk to you like this, and we'll just come to Methuen, and it'll be just amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the message for the week?
Yes. So what deck are you pulling from today, Elias?
I am going to continue to use for this month because I want to get used to it a little bit more. I'm going to use Denise Lynn's Time Traveler Oracle card. I'm
Yeah.
just really digging. Some of these pictures are just, I
Oh,
mean, they're super vivid and they're just, look at the happiness one. I mean, just
wow.
amazing cards, and I love the back of it too. So
Yeah.
here we
She's
go.
just got such a good vibe anyways, Denise Lynn. She's lovely.
Totally does. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. That's a good one. That's interesting. Okay. We'll go with that. All right. So, wildfire and honeybees. I love the name. Um,
Wild, wild and free honeybees.
oh, wild and free. Look at me, wild and free. Honeybees. Great name. I was in your class
Oh,
20 to 22. Oh, Leslie P from Texas.
oh, cool. Hi, Leslie. Nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Dina, hello, hello. Okay. You want to go, Laura? You want me to go?
Okay, so you've already pulled a card, right?
I got one.
Okay. Go ahead, since you already pulled it. You ready?
So healing. This is fascinating, everybody, because here we are, July 1st, right? The beginning of the month. And I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I know the first day of the month, I always kind of do a big reflection. I'm like, what do I want from this month? What happened last month that I really need to focus on this month so I don't repeat it? And what is the healing? What is the lesson or the healing that needs to happen for this month? So we're talking about the week, yes, but really think about you are responsible for your own healing. The Mapuche tribe says, they have a wonderful saying, your healing is my healing. Think about everybody that's come into your life and the mirrors that they show for you. And what is that healing correspond with your own healing? How do they mirror that? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to, I'm going to say, move through, not push through, but move through? You want to go through it because every part of you that heals is another. Oh, this is good. Every part of you that heals is another aha. So there you go. That's what I got.
Good, good, good. Good. Beautiful card too.
Yes.
The deck I'm pulling from today is Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck.
Oh,
It's one of my
nice.
favorite Oracle decks. I love it. I love it. See the owl?
I love it. Very cool.
All right, so I'm just going to pull a card here for everybody. So what I love about these is just like the animals on all the cards and the connection to nature. Just beautiful. Okay, today's card, Father Sky.
Mm.
Trust in the unknown. Okay, so Father Sky is the male personification of spirit, right? So Mother Earth, Father Sky. So trust in the unknown. So well, like we often talk about, Elias, is that, manifesting, co-creating your life. We've talked about that quite often. And being okay with the unknown. It's focusing on the theme that you want in your life. What is it you want to focus on as a theme in your life? And allow the universe, spirit, the great spirit, whatever you want to call it, to fill in the blanks for you, to lead you where you need to be, to give you the opportunities that open you up to that intention that you're setting for your life. So it's not holding on too tightly to what you know, and being open to the unknown and what gifts are available in the unknown. So set your intentions for it. So it's a card to remind you, be okay with what you don't know. but remember to keep a focus on what you want your life to represent, what you want your work to represent, your the way that you live your life. What's the theme of your life, and focus on that, and know that that will co-create the life that you want, the people that you're meant to connect with, the opportunities to be who you want to be in this life and what you want to bring to the world. So there's that reminder. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? Look at the
It's
eagle.
gorgeous. It
Yeah.
really is.
It's free, and I love how it has the eagle, because that to us, especially in the States, it represents freedom, right?
Right.
Interesting, coming up on the 4th. There's freedom in letting go of what you think it should be, or the way you think life should be. There's freedom in that, and it opens up to possibilities beyond your imagination. So keep that in mind this week.
Very true. Very true. I want to mention something too, guys. Please know that it's starting to happen a little bit on YouTube, but please know that Laura and I will never reach out and say you need a message. Please know that. I know all of you are smart enough to know that, but I need to say this for somebody that's watching the replay. We don't ethical people that do our work do not reach out and say you need a reading. Okay. And just know that it's not us. And
And
if
they're
it
getting a bit sly with it too. And they're not just offering readings; they're trying to pretend like they know you,
yep.
to sort of create that sense of familiarity, so you trust them, and then they come in on your DMs to start offering you readings, and it'll cost you. Yeah,
Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
it
Uh,
is. It's sad. Yeah.
let's see. Here's Davey's question. What's going on in my wife's mind? Is there a third person involved romantically? I know there are people involved for drama.
Mm. Um. Well, here's the thing.
Mhm. I'm like, are you gonna say it or am I gonna say it? So go ahead. Go ahead, Laura.
Yeah. These are and I don't mean to sound harsh when I say this, but these are the kind of questions that I typically don't answer. Only because what this, just by asking the question, it indicates that there's a need for conversation with the person you're asking about. And if that conversation is not happening, or if you're not able to have that conversation for some reason, or they're not willing to have that conversation, that's an answer in itself, and it's pointing you in the direction which you need to go, which is couples therapy, maybe therapy on your own if they're not willing to go to therapy with you. There's something here about you need to dig in more in that direction rather than asking a psychic. And how do you feel about that?
I feel that you said it so much more eloquently than I would. So, because I would be a little bit more blunt. But honestly, Davey, I get this question. I've been in this question.
You've lived it.
I
Yeah.
lived it,
Yeah.
and we sometimes get. I'll speak of myself. I can get desperate, and I just want an answer. But the answer lies A within, and B, the answer lies within you and the individual. Because remember, when we're asking about another person, that means that, tell me if you agree with this, Laura. I'm reading the person through your filter. I'm reading this, the psychic reading is happening. I'm connecting to you and not necessarily connecting to a loved one that is no longer there because that's a whole different energy. I'm connecting to another live in the flesh spirit through your filter because they're not here. They're not on that phone call. So that message, this is for everyone, that message is going to be a little bit tainted in a way because it's through that person's filter. So, like Laura said, if this question comes up and you are going to speak to your loved one, then guess what? And they're not willing to do it, like Laura said, get the therapy that you need. I don't believe um, that there is. I don't believe that this is a psychic question. We got used to these questions from the Miss Cleo and the all
Yeah.
those other phone psychic people. This
Mhm.
to me is not a question that I am comfortable in answering. And please, no offense, Davey, but this is just our professional point of view. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's if you have to ask someone that you don't know about your own relationship, that to me indicates just logically here that there is a need for more communication within your I'm assuming you said wife? I'm assuming.
Right. Yes.
So marriage. So you need so there's that's a big red flag right there. Um that you're not having these conversations. Every marriage, if it lasts long enough, is going to have tough conversations that come up. It's
Yep.
not always butterfly and rainbows. And if you can't have these conversations, yeah, and so where I would recommend is, okay, why is it that you feel afraid to ask this question of your spouse? Why is it that you're afraid to address this? Are you afraid of what the answer might be?
Right.
So that's why therapy is fantastic. It's not because I most likely you probably need couples therapy, but it makes you wonder, like, why are you scared of confronting, not in a negative, not in a confrontational way, but why are you afraid of confronting this issue in your marriage by asking the questions? And why and oftentimes that indicates a deeper um, uh, relationship issue, probably from before you even married. So, so use this. This is a great opportunity for. Okay, so this is okay. Spiritual strength. I love this. I pulled 3 cards for you. Awareness. Digging in a little bit more for awareness here about your own perspective on this and the reward that comes from it. So use this as a great opportunity to learn more about yourself and why you feel so reticent about diving in deeper with your wife. And so from that perspective, once you gain that perspective, then you can come into a conversation with your spouse with a little bit more awareness of your own and come from a different direction. Interesting, huh? All right.
Very, very interesting because
Yeah.
that is, think about it, everybody. People come into our lives for all kinds of reasons. If there is an issue, let's say an issue that I had with my dad, and that issue didn't get fixed, a boss might come in that reminds me of my dad, or the issue is the same, or a friend will come in, or a loved one will come in. That issue goes all the way back because God, universe, spirit is bringing you your attention to, this is something that we need to work on. if it's not worked, we're going to bring another person in. We're going to bring another person in. So it's really, it's fascinating to me.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
the if there's ever a third person in an orbit of a relationship, that third person is not, it's oftentimes there to highlight an issue
Mhm.
and to be a catalyst for digging in deeper to understand why that third person is in that orbit. And if you can avoid blaming that person, but just looking at, okay, why is this happening? There's a lot to be gained from that. So,
So true. So,
mhm.
so true. So thank you, Davey. That really excellent to bring this up today and look at all the learning that everyone's got because of this. So thank
It's a
you.
great question, Davy. Actually, I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm glad we went down that road. That's interesting.
Good
Um,
good morning, Rose, and good morning, Isabel. And yes, happy Independence Day to Canada.
oh yeah,
Happy Independence
great.
Day.
For you too.
Um, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong name wrong.
Saraba?
Saraba. Yeah.
Sarah, Saraba. I think so. Are we saying that right? Saraba.
Rhonda B, hello. Davey says thank you. Can I have a spirit message, just a general? Here's a news flash. We love the general questions, but you'll get a better answer if it's a little bit more specific, and we appreciate that. And she said, just call me Gupta. Okay. Unless
Okay.
you want to do it phonetically. If you do it phonetically, I have no problem. Laura has no problem. We love names. Mine will be more with a Midwestern accent. Just so everyone's like, you're so from, what did I say the other day? Someone said, I said something. I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe we're going out to do whatever I said. And I'm like, oh, and there's a great article in the newspaper and it's at Jewel. I'm like, oh my God, God, I sound so Midwestern. At the Jewel. It's at the Jewel. And Jewel is a food store. But I was like,
Oh, I don't know. I have no clue.
I'm like, oh my God, from Chicago. I
We
said
have Market Basket.
my Hey, Chris. I said at the Costco. That's it. I said not Costco. I said at the Costco. I'm like, oh God, that Chicago accent comes out. Don't really have a question. Can ask a general on love though. Okay, so love about what? Love of self, love of others, love of. You see what I mean with this? So
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. Way it's like what, like you could say if you're in a relationship, Gupta, you could say, um, what do I need to know about the relationship I'm currently in? Like that would be a great question. All right. That way we can, because yeah, like Elias said, what kind of love?
okay, right. Because you could ask love and we'll be like, and your dog loves you. It's just a beautiful relationship. Um,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? Just for fun, on love. This is for everybody, everybody regarding love.
Okay.
Love is magic, everybody. Love is magic, and it is just a beauty. You've been here, right, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. Gus, I love it. Gotta go back. I have to go back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So love. Think about the love that is magic. Here's a question too, Laura, for you. Have you ever been to Arthur Finley? Have you been to Arthur
Yeah.
Finley? You have.
Hmm.
Um, that's on my bucket list to go.
Good. Good. You should. You should
I
have it on your bucket list.
really want to go sometime soon.
Mhm.
So Gupta says there's a separation, hoping for a reunion.
Okay.
See how specific you got? Isn't that good? Good for you. As the Brits would say, well done, you. Well done. Okay, let's see what we got going on.
All right. That's a good way to phrase this. All right. And Anne, I do see a question too, so we'll get to you too. No
Yes.
worries. We'll get to Anne right after this. Um,
Mm,
mhm.
mm,
So,
interesting.
Gupta, what I'm seeing here is, with the separation, there's opportunity, and I feel like I'm stating the obvious, but I'm just gonna, I have to say this, that there's opportunity for clarity for both of you to see what you really want in a relationship and what you're willing to compromise on and what you're willing to put into it. So this separation, although it would be not ideal probably in your mind, it's actually going to bring clarity to your relationship to allow you both to understand, um, what is it that you really want, to get a clear perspective on what exactly was happening in the relationship, what was working for you both, what wasn't working for you both. Um, so what I'm seeing here is coming is, and I can't tell you whether you're going to be together or not. That's not my place, or Elias's place, I'm sure too. But there's more of a meeting of clarity here between the two of you. So of everything, that's probably the best thing that can come from this, is recognizing you're both on the same page and there's clarity coming for both of you within the solitude of your separation here. Don't allow yourself. The one thing I will say, I'm going to pass it over to Elias before I take over, because I can talk everybody's ear off. And I apologize ahead of time, Elias. But what I'm seeing here is your mind is going to a place that's probably a little deeper than it needs to go, as far as worst case scenarios here. So it's like there's a lot of unfounded fears that are coming to the surface here. So be careful about where you go in your own mind about worst case scenarios. All right. And just kind of try to see it for what it is, and for the opportunity that it could be for both of you to find clarity for each other. So what do you have, Elias?
So 3 cards fell out of the deck, and it's fascinating. So the first card is happiness. So this is what you're seeking. You're seeking happiness. And to get the happiness, you have to ask the questions that are uncomfortable, right? So it takes courage. It takes courage to do that, and to muster up the courage to have that honest, um down to the bare bones kind of talk. And then you have to wait till that dust settles a little bit. And that's the patience piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it is truly about, we talked about this. So again, thank you, Davey, for bringing up that question about love. I am a huge advocate about, I was a psych major, so I'm a huge advocate about counseling. I believe that we need that third party to get that introspection, or to post questions so we can come up with our own aha.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my ex and I did couples counseling, and it gave me a lot of aha. And my ex was not willing to continue, which was even a bigger aha. So sometimes it takes a little nudge and a tug from your heart to say, I'm open to hearing what I need to hear for my highest good. And that is something that I would suggest, Gupta, that you ask in prayer or meditation each day, and just hope that you are receiving what you need to receive.
Mm-hmm.
So all the best to you. All the
That's
best to you.
And it kind of reflects back to the card that I pulled in the beginning about being okay with the unknown, getting comfortable with the unknown, and recognizing what is the bigger picture here. You want a relationship that is affirming for you, for both the person that you're in the relationship with and yourself, and something that you're better together than you are apart. That you really support each other, that kind of thing. So look at the bigger picture here, and if see if and dive deeper about what is this, what you're getting from the current relationship that you're currently separated from. Okay, so all right, yeah. So how we're going to phrase this question as, what do I need to know about getting a new job? Let's
Right.
go that way. How's that sound, Elias?
You know how I am about the will questions. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just see.
Let's put this back up there.
I think you will be successful in getting a new job. Okay, but what do you need to know about it? Okay, so let's see. Are you pulling from the same deck, Elias?
Yeah, I am. And I always like, when I see a will question, I always like to, and this is for everybody, because I know many of you on here have your own Oracle deck cards. And when you ask a question, try and shift like Laura is doing with the will question. When I excuse me, when I get the will question, I always like to say, how do I get to be successful in getting a job? How do I attain a successful job? How do I So the how brings in an action step. And the will is just like kind of up here. Will I be getting a success? Will I be successful in getting a job? Yes. Will I be successful in getting a job? No. I mean, it, that does that do anything for you? So, like Laura said, to rephrase it is really important. And if you don't want to rephrase it, here comes the joke, Laura. I've got to get my thing here. Hang on a little bit. If you don't want to rephrase it, go to Walgreens and just purchase one of these. And all you do is take it. And it's
Dear.
not really a magic 8 ball. It's okay. So, but it's a dog toy and it makes a great prop. All right. I'm dealing with COVID brain, everybody. I had COVID, so please forgive me. So
Bless
let's go ahead and answer
you. So yeah, so there's a couple of things I just pulled up for you. And successful in getting a job. Here's what you need to know about that was what I'm seeing. First of all, this card came up again. This is another card that came up for another question today. Trapped in fear. This is going to worst case scenario. Oh my God, am I ever going to get a job? Like really, it's knowing that it's there for you, that you can get a job, that is possible. The other thing that's coming up here is recognizing that you don't have to just have a job that pays the bills. Like it's okay to actually enjoy your work, right? So if you have the ability to do that, to be able to be discerning about what job you want, find something you actually enjoy. It doesn't, and obviously it'd be great not to you can just do whatever you want, but find something that you actually would enjoy, and know that there's that it's not just financial here. I don't want you to just look at the financial piece of it. The other thing too that came up is a transformation card, which indicates to me that there's possibly this, whatever job you end up having in the probably next 6 months or so, and I'm not saying it's going to take 6 months for you to get a job, but that it indicates that there may be more opportunity for growth within this position. So even if it doesn't seem to be exactly what you want, there may be other opportunities that branch off from this. So again, be okay with the unknown for a little bit and just see what catches your attention, that you're like, I think I might enjoy an aspect of this job. I think I want to try this, and being okay with that, and not worrying about too much about the I think sometimes we get too attached to what we should be doing and what that should look like and everything. And to recognize sometimes that trying different jobs is a great way to do research, to say, what is it that I really want to do with my life? How do I want to spend most of my days? And try different things and see if something really lights your fire after a while, and other opportunities open up to that. So this is kind of an invitation to just do some research by trying different types of jobs that just kind of catch your imagination a little bit. So I hope that helps a little bit there. So what are you picking up, Elias, around that?
So again, power of 3 cards. These 3 cards came up: healing, chaos, and adventure. So,
Yeah. Yes.
fascinating, just fascinating. Kind of what Laura was saying. It's like what is it that you want to think about? What is it that you want to do? I mean, how do you here's what I'm hearing is, how do you measure success? How do you measure success in the job? What does that mean for you? What does it
Exactly.
look like? What does the environment look like? What is your boss, or what is the building? I mean, really get playful with this kind of stuff, because that's going to clear up the chaos. It's going to be very healing from the other jobs that you've had, because you know what you don't want. You know what you don't want. Now flip it into what you do want, and that's the adventure. So
Yeah, Anne says, I'm looking at returning to the workforce, so I'm following what you're both saying. Yeah, it's and I don't know why I keep wanting to say this to you, Anne. It's okay to enjoy the work that you do.
yep,
All right.
so true.
Yeah.
Um, Wild and free honeybees, what do I need to know about how to serve others in the future? I feel like when I retire from teaching in the next 6 years, there'll be space for more service. And
Well, first of
yeah,
all, thank you for teaching because that's one of the hardest jobs in the world. So
so
thank you
true.
for sticking it out this long. Seriously.
So true.
For
And when
sure.
I was reading this, the first thing that I got without even pulling a card was I don't know why there's some sort of, it feels to me like some sort of volunteering, something that you're going to, because I think once a teacher, always a teacher. And there is a something that volunteering or you gathering information that later on you might be teaching about it, or we're even going to put this out there,
Mhm.
writing something, writing about your experience. So I hope that helps. What'd you get, Laura?
I got, yes, partnerships and alliances. That's so that could indicate volunteering. But it also, the truth card comes up as well. What is it again, going into what do you want to do? How do you want to spend your days right after retirement? And being okay with doing things that really make you happy. Like, and sometimes when we're working 40, 60 hours a week, we just get into this thing of just got to keep doing this, and so we got to keep doing. But then when people I know a lot of people going into retirement age now, and friends of mine, and they're starting to have conversations about this, and like, and they have to get comfortable, or they're finding that they have to get comfortable with actually being happy with what they're doing every day. Like they don't always have to be feeling like literally in service all the time, like, but you can be of service and be happy at the same time. There's ways to do that. So recognizing what's going to bring joy into your life, because when you're joyful and you're emanating that joy and you're enjoying whatever you're doing, whatever that may be, it's going to affect other people around you. It's going to lift them up. All right, so just remember, so this is about coming to what is it that you want to do for you, and then flip it around to make I hate to say this, secondary service to others, because you've been in service to others for your whole career already. So when you need to find some joy in what's just for you, and then eventually, in because of who you are, it'll eventually turn into something that will help others. So sometimes we have to flip it, especially when we get to retirement age. I think because we get so used to doing what everybody else needs from us, it can be an uncomfortable place to go, where you're like, okay, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to bring to the world in the way that I want to do it, knowing that eventually you will help others with that. Okay.
I don't know about you, Laura, but I kind of know. But I mean, I think we're both doing what we love to do. I don't
Mhm.
plan on, I want to keep on working till I can't anymore. I mean,
Right.
this is not work to me.
Mhm.
This is enjoyment to me. This
Yeah.
is excitement to me. Doing retreats and workshops and doing
Yeah.
all this stuff. It's fun. It's got its own kind of energy, which I really uh appreciate. And I'm so grateful for doing this work.
Same.
Uh, let's see. We're gonna do this a little quicker because we're almost out of time, everybody.
Gosh,
Yeah.
yes, we are.
So Delora, really quickly, I'm being fold, right? Fold. It's feeling and pulled together. I'm feeling pulled in many directions. Where should I focus?
Oh dear.
So these are the two cards that popped up, which is interesting. Playfulness, Delora, and transcendence. When kind of like we just said, when you're having fun, if whatever direction is not fun for you, if it's not enjoyment, if it's not it's if it's not hitting your heart as it should be,
Mhm.
then what's going to happen? Well, you're going to transcend anyway, but you want to make that transcendence, that like that, you kind of get that feeling. And I knowing you like I know you, I think that if your heart's in it, that's where you have to follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get, Laura.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. It's funny that oh, Wild and Free Honeybees came on. um, I do need to get centered in what brings me joy. Yes. Yeah. And always remember, joy is when you feel joy, a lot of times that's your intuition speaking to you. It's letting you know what your next step is. And so and some people think, oh, if it's bringing me joy, how can it be of any value? Absolutely. You can enjoy something and still have value to the world. But I do think it's very much indicative of your intuition speaking up and letting you know, go in this direction.
Right.
I mean, if you look, I know Taylor Swift is everywhere, right? She's all over my news feed. I must be like, they must think I'm like a really big fan, which I am. But she, like, isn't this interesting though, right? Like it brought her joy to write words down. Like she's just so drawn to writing words down. Then she put it to music. Now look what she's doing with all of this. She's helping people. She's lifting people up. She's donating money left and right. She's bringing people together to just really enjoy life and dance and have fun. And what do we need more than that right now, right? So she followed her joy and look where it brought her. So, anyways, that's my piece on
True.
it.
No, so
Yeah.
true. Okay, we were gonna do here we go. Sorry about the COVID brain. A coworker currently has COVID. When I'm leaving my current job, when am I leaving my current job and any indication on what the next job work might be? Rose, I have one thing for you. Ready? Watch. Greek eyebrow. Um, so, so,
I saw that coming a mile away.
so Rose was a coaching client of mine. Rose, just replay everything that we talked about, and your answer is there. You know what? When do you want to leave your current job? You are an amazing, amazing energy worker. And our body, when we're doing body work, sometimes that you get that push of like, I've got to stop this, and sometimes you have to take the leap of faith of just jumping in. This woman, Laura, Rose, knows crystals inside and out. Like she can just look at a crystal and go, oh, it's this and this and this and this and this. I'm like, how'd you
Right.
learn all that? That's crazy. And she's taken all these classes, and it's just about pushing yourself outside of that comfort zone and doing what you need to do. So again, Laura talked about it earlier. Where's the happiness? What makes you happy? I think when your heart is happy, that's when the abundance happens. That's when all wonderful things happen to you. And yes, monetarily as well. I mean, we all want to have a lot of money, but when you're doing what you love, it shows and
Yeah.
people feel it, and it's infectious, and people want to learn what you're learning or how to be, how to be you.
True. Mhm.
That's all I got on that.
Yep. Follow joy. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. What do you got coming up, Laura? You got something big coming up.
Do I? Sorry. I
Like,
do. I have an.
calendar right here. It's like, what, Laura, what you got coming up?
I do. I do have something coming up. I have an online class. It's for people who are already doing mediumship. It's more for intermediate to advanced people, or people who want to take the leap from, practicing medium to the next level. But it's on my website. You just go to my website and lauraworcester.com, and it's on there, and it's in 3 weeks through the journey within. So check that out. It's about storytelling through mediumship. And a lot of the questions that I get when I'm teaching practice groups and things like that, they're like, how do I kind of get in the flow of delivering messages so it becomes more like a story, like you're telling, how can I learn to do this flow so it doesn't feel like it's just like bing 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 bing. So that's kind of what it's going to be covering, is a little bit of storytelling and bringing some flow into message work.
I
So,
like that. That's really cool.
yeah,
That's very, very cool.
I mean,
Good
I'm
for you.
looking forward to it.
Yes. And guys, please take classes with Laura. I mean, it is, I have taken a class with Laura, and the way that she presents, very loving, very heartfelt, very knowledgeable, very authentic. And also the lessons that you learn about presenting the work in an integrative and authentic way. So important, guys. There's so many people out there that, I'm just going to say this. They teach, but they don't teach from an ethical perspective. Many of you are on TikTok. Some of those people are not ethical, and there are many that are. But don't be fooled. Really, truly, do your research. Do your research. And Laura knows her stuff, you guys.
Thank
So
you.
you will.
Elias, what do you have coming up?
I have something called "Get Your Groove Back."
Ooh, I like the
I
sound of that.
know, and I'm gonna see. Ready, Laura? This is a little high tech, so wait for it.
Oh boy.
Get your
Ooh,
back. So, let's see. Did I do this right? I think I did it right.
I think
Um,
so.
I think I did. Except let's do that. There we go. So get your groove back. So I just want to show everybody that we're going to talk about the soul contract. We're going to talk about facing your fears. We're going to talk about canceling your chaotic noises and how to trust your instincts. This is a 5-week program, and it starts July 11th.
Oh,
So
great.
it's one of my favorite things because we get to we get to talk about, like, a soul contract. What is it that you want? You
Mhm.
know, we talk about the I ams. You're given like 5 different I ams, and it's really, really cool. Really, really cool. So, take a
Sounds
look.
like a great class.
And all this stuff is on my website as well. Wild and Free, Honeybees. Elias, I remember you from the other.
Leslie from Texas.
Leslie from Texas. The partnership with you and Laura. Great
Thank
vibration.
you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
saying that. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. And guys, sometime next year, Laura and I are going to talk about it, but we're going to be doing a program. We
Mhm.
are
Good.
considering doing a retreat weekend. So
Yes. I can't
it
wait.
will be
Can't wait. It's gonna be
fascinating. There'll be lots. And listen, my goal is to make Laura laugh the whole weekend. She
awesome.
has to be part of that infectious laughter. It's just great. Classes with Laura felt safe, nurturing, and motivating.
Oh,
Very true.
thank you, Leslie. Thank
Very
you. I
true.
appreciate you saying that.
All right, guys, we want to thank you for being here. Remember, we're here every Monday. And thank you, Delora. YouTubers, please like, follow, and share this video. Subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. That really helps us, guys, as we are moving through this ocean of social media. It's
Yeah,
just, it's a lot. It's a
it
lot
is
of.
a lot. It is a lot. Happy
Uh,
Canada Day for the Canadians
Yes,
and
happy Canadian Day. I don't
happy
know anything
4th.
to say, like, I don't know what a Canadian anthem is, but all I can think of
Hey.
is "Go, go, 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 go."
Oh, oh my god, that brings back good memories.
There you go. Uh,
I
so
haven't heard that in ages. I'm gonna
see what I mean, guys? Do you see what I mean? I mean, we could do this. All right, everyone. Thank you for being
go
here.
Canada.
Remember, always trust your intuition. Have a
Yes.
beautiful day. Take
Have
care.
a great day, everyone. See you next week.